Hello students, in the last video we have discussed how to add two matrices. We have discussed the theoretical or you can say the logical point of view, right? So here in this video we will discuss about the programming in C++. Okay, so if you have not watched the last video, please go. I recommend you watch that video first and then start this video. So here, as we have discussed in the last video, so the variables that we'll need is, the first thing is obviously we'll need three arrays, right? Three two-dimensional arrays. Why? Because two matrices we have to take info from the user. So for two matrices we need two arrays, right? And both the arrays will be added, or both the matrices will be added, and that sum will be stored in another array, that is the third array. So in total we need three arrays, right? So let's say I'm taking first, naming it first, the first array. So you can name anything, that's your wish, right? It is a variable, so variable is based on what you name it, right? So for the second array I am taking another array that is named second. Okay, then I am taking a third array where the resultant or the summed value of these two arrays will be saved. So say sum. Okay, say this array name is sum. This is also of maximum size 2020. Okay, now what variables we will need? We will need two variables, one to store the rows, another to store the columns, right? For both the matrices. Remember, again I am saying addition is only possible when both the matrices are of same dimension. That means number of rows and number of columns will be same. That's why I can take at once only for both the matrices, the columns and the rows I can take in a single variable only. Okay, then I and j to run the loops, as we have discussed how to input elements in an array. In that video we have discussed that we need two loops, one will represent the row, another will represent the column, right? Next what we will do is, we will say the next step is we will take input from the user about the number of rows, right? So see out, I am saying enter the number of rows and columns. Okay, enter the number of rows and columns. So when we'll enter the number of rows and columns, okay, so here we can use this also, or okay, so that will be stored in, so I will store the number of rows as I have given enter the number of rows first. So if I am taking both the inputs together, so I will give first n, then again input operator n. Alright, after that what we'll do is, I will ask the user to enter the elements for the first array. Okay, elements for the first matrix. After that I will take input, but how will take input? We will take the input for all the elements. So we have to run a loop, as we have discussed in our earlier videos. You have to run a loop where I will start from 0 and it will go up to less than the row value. So here the row value is represented in m, so I will be less than m, not n. Okay, after that inside we will run another loop, and that will be for the column value. So column value will take in j, which will start from 0 and it will run up to j less than n. Why n? Because n is the representing the number of columns and j is based on n. Okay, sorry. So C in where we'll store in first variable, that's in first array, so I j. Okay, so for first array it is completed. Same code we'll write for the second array or second matrix, because this I have just now entered the elements in the first matrix, right? So I have to enter the elements in the second matrix also before adding both the matrices, right? So for that I have to take input from the second matrix also. So enter the elements for the second matrix. Okay, so let's arrange it. Then it will be stored in, not in first, it will be stored in second. Alright, then what we'll do is, so now elements has entered in both the arrays, right? Now I can do is what, I can display both the arrays in the in a matrix form, right? So let's try to display it. See out, you can say session say the first matrix is, so again this how we can display the elements is I have discussed in earlier video, so I will give the link above. If you have not watched it, watch it before it or watch it after it, it will be much more clearer. Okay, then now we will give the output. So output, how I have discussed why I have to run this loop, so you can visit and watch it. Okay, so and then it changes to the next line. So similarly we'll display the same code for second matrix. Okay, so now here we have just taken input for the both the matrices and we have displayed the inputs for both the matrices in a matrix form, right? So here we have discussed that how this code up to here is, we have taken the matrices or inputs in two-dimensional array, both the arrays first and second, and after that I have just displayed those values in a matrix form. But the main thing is we have to add. So now we will do the addition portion, or where this sum is done. Okay, so for that we will write is, I will say the sum of both the matrices is here. So when you are doing the sum, for the sum also you have to run the loop, right? So you have to run this loop. Why? Because how we'll add each, we'll add what, we'll add each indexes at a given time, means we will consider only one index at a given point of time. That is, say for let's consider we are considering 1 index value or element stored in 1 index value. Okay, so for first matrix also we will consider the 1 index value plus second matrix 1 index value will give the result of 1 index value of some matrix, right? So at a point of time we are considering only one index, so for that I have to run the loop, right, to take that element stored in one index at a given time. I have to run the loop. Okay, so now see what we'll do is, where it will be stored in some matrix I j index value, so ij will keep on changing every time. So ij will be at the beginning 0 0, so after that it will increment. So we have discussed the loop earlier video, again you can visit that if you have doubt. Next, what will be stored in sum ij? It will store the addition value of first ij added with or summed with the value of second ij index, right? Then so this is the main thing where this loop, and this is the main thing where the addition is happening. So when I and j value is 0 0, so in the 0 0 index of sum, in the 0 0 index of sum, what will store by adding the value that we get by adding the first 0 0 with the second 0 0. Similarly, when it is I value is 0 and j value is 1, so what will be stored in 0 1 position of some matrix, the addition of 0 1 position of first matrix with the 0 1 position of second matrix. So at a given point of time the value of I and j will always be same for all these three matrices. If it is I value is 2 and j value is 3, then it will be 2 and 3 for all these three matrices at that point of time. Okay, got my point? So after the sum, now you print out the result, right? So see out sum, sorry, sum I j. Okay, so why I am writing C out and del in the after the second bracket or the braces. So for that, again I have discussed in my earlier video where input and how to input and display elements in a matrix. Okay, in that video I have discussed it. Alright, now so now this is the program, whole program. Okay, so now let's save it and then see whether we have written it correct or not. So add matrix C pp c++, yes, let's execute, first compile. So no error, so we can proceed to run the program. Okay, so some problem it is showing. Okay, so there is some error. Let's see. Okay, so here I have not closed it, right? Only one loop I have closed, second loop must be closed. Alright, here also the second loop must be closed, that I have not closed. Okay, alright, now let's compile once more. taking time with patience. Okay, done. Let's run the program. Okay, so again it's showing some kind of error. Alright, let's check for it. Okay, so here with me. Okay, so due to some reason I don't know, I have to check that my compiler just crashed, so I cannot run the output there. So I have typed this same program, exact program here in this online compiler, and I will try to run it. Okay, let's check. Right, so there is some error it is showing. Let's check the errors. Okay. Mm. Okay, so let's check the error whether it has to take void. I think so. Compiler is different, so environment may be different. So it's showing return must return int. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here, sorry, it stayed. Okay, I hope it will run this time. Yeah, so the program was correct, but before that my compiler crashed. That's why it was showing some output problem, and here the error was because I forgot to delete the past code. Okay, so the main program is correct. Let's check. Say number of rows, let's say 3. Number of columns, let's say 2. Let's enter the elements of the first matrix at 21, 33, 4, 4, say 56, 2, 11, sorry, 11. Okay, let's say for the elements of second matrix 56, 77, 32, 1, 121, 25, and this is the result. So you can check by yourself. So as we know, the same position value will be added with the same position value of the second matrix and will be saved in the same position value of the third matrix. So 21 plus 56 is 77, correct. 33 plus 77 is 110, correct. 4 plus 36, sorry, 4 plus 32 is 36, correct. 56 plus 1 is 57, right. 2 plus 121 is 123, correct. 11 plus 25 is 36, correct, right. So I hope you have understood the video or the explanation, and sorry for the inconvenience that has caused, but I guess you have understood it, right. So okay, thank you. In the next video we'll discuss how to multiply two matrices. All right, so thank you.